Sa puntong ito, kausap natin ang napakatapang na abogado ni Mrs. Janet Lim Napoles, si Attorney Lorna Kapunan. Magandang gabi sa iyo, Attorney Kapunan.
Magandang gabi rin sa iyo, Jessica.
Paano ba maging abogado? How is it like lawyering and defending the poster person on the pork barrel issue now in the Philippines? The most hated, the most ridiculed, the most scorned person in the country today, Janet Lim Napoles, your client.
I think she is the most hated and the most everything. We must ask why. And to me, the reason for that is there are people who really want to put her in that position. I've said before, and she has said also before, that there appears to be an organized tri-media campaign to make her precisely the poster person for the whole PDAF scam. When you talk about, like for instance, the COA report, you're talking about 82 NGOs that were involved with this alleged scam. And yet, only 7 are alleged Napoles. Yet, they are referred to as Napoles NGOs. So, it is someone there, or some people, ask yourself, who would benefit from putting Napoles precisely in that position, where she is responsible for all the crimes associated with PDAF? The answer there is, yung totoong magnanakaw, yung totoong kumuha ng PDAF na yan. They are now, because it has never stopped. In fact, it grows. It grows in the telling. One day, there's 2 whistleblowers. The next day is 3. Now I know there's 17. 17 who's, up to now, who are faceless. So, who's spinning this all? I'm not saying that, well, I'm certainly not an apologist for Mrs. Napoles, but we must ask ourselves, why is there such a concentrated media spin to make her precisely the sole person responsible for this PDAF scam?
Okay, I'll hazard a guess, Attorney Kapunan, if you don't mind. Probably because she hasn't made an outstanding explanation about her wealth. I mean, the stories are really astounding. Kasi, I don't know, sabi ang haba daw ng listahan ng mga properties niya.
She has explained it. She keeps explaining it until she's turning black and blue. Nobody's believing her. Okay, you say that she has 30 houses and 28 cars.
May hotel na pa raw siya sa California.
That she has a hotel, that she has 3 yachts, that she has an airplane. That's all false. That is all false. She does not have 30 houses. She has 3. She doesn't have 28 cars. She has less than 5. All of these are being spun by whoever is handling the whistleblowers. Now, you ask, who will benefit from blaming everything? You see, the whole problem with that is, while we want to get closer to the truth, the more we spin this story and make her guilty for everything, you will not solve the case.
Okay.
If she is convicted, let's say Napoles is convicted for a 10 billion scam, does that mean that the case is closed? No. Because precisely, it's the nature of the beast when you're talking about PDAF. You're talking about public funds. You're talking about public officials. You're talking about senators and congressmen who are still accountable for public funds. You cannot say, I don't know, it was my chief of staff. That's why I'm going to cite Republic Act 7080, which says that you can either be guilty directly or indirectly. When you say that, that's not mine, my signature was forged, you are allowing your signature to be forged by your neglect. Pero sabi ng mga whistleblower nila Ben Hurluy, Attorney Kapunan, meron silang ebidensya and they could explain yung network ng mga pagkuha ng pondo from government funds papunta sa mga NGO allegedly put up by Mrs. Napoles. And I understand may ebidensya itong sina Ben Hurluy. And na-corroborate din ng iba pang mga whistleblower who came forward. I mean, it's going to be tough. I mean, siguro refuting all of that. Jessica, what precisely we are saying is file the case. File the case because you cannot comment, you cannot oppose speculation. It's hearsay upon hearsay upon hearsay. the NBI, and this is a question, what is the nature of the proceedings in the NBI? If it is, I should imagine that it should be confidential, because it is fact-finding. Then it should either be confidential, or if it's not confidential, it should be open. It cannot be that the NBI keeps releasing piecemeal testimony or piecemeal documents to the media. Why should they feel responsible to report to the media when they should precisely report to the very person who is being charged? This is a one-sided factual investigation.
Okay. Ang nakadagdag pa siguro sa speculation, Attorney Kapunan, if I may, no, na mukhang meron talaga kasi in the eyes of many, mukhang binigyan siya ng special treatment di umano ng gobyerno kasi in the hope na baka raw kumanta itong si Napoles. Comment niyo po.
My comment there is, let us not confuse special and VIP. No? Why do you have a special report? Why do you have a special action force that's guiding her? Why do you have media there every single day? Because this is not an ordinary case. You're not talking about syndicated stuff. Ang pinag-uusapan natin, pera ng bayan. Especially at the time when our poverty rate or when the improvement in the economy is limited to the 1% that controls this economy, and there is no trickle-down effect. I can imagine why they hate her with a passion. But I tell you, she is not responsible for all of it. She may be responsible for some, but show us the evidence. I appreciate the comment of Senator Miriam Defensor when she says perpetuation of
Yes,
testimony.
I was about to ask you about that.
Is very important. But you see this perpetuation of testimony as a mode for preserving evidence can only happen when there is a complaint. Because there has to be what we lawyers call joinder of issues. There must be a complaint, there must be an answer, then you perpetuate testimony. This afternoon we also filed, it was not explained in layman's language, but we filed a bill of particulars with the court because the complaint filed says that it was serious illegal detention. But the affidavit, it is Mrs. Napoles who is charged. But the detention was done, for instance, the detention was done in a retreat house. The retreat, Mrs. Napoles does not own the retreat house. She did not conduct the retreats. Why? So the Bill of Particulars is saying, why are the priests not charged? Why is the congregation not charged? If they are precisely saying that it is serious illegal detention.
Okay.
So, things like this.
Yeah, I think people kasi
Confuse it.
Yes, ang kaso ay serious illegal detention, but because you know the message about the pork barrel is so strong, yun na yung nakikita nila every time they see Mrs. Napoles, no? And how do you feel about that she's been so demonized, Attorney Kapunan?
Well, we are comforted by the fact that the President himself said, when we voluntarily surrender, that the only thing he can promise is that she will be safe and that she will live to see her day in court. And we're happy with that because right now, she is being persecuted. There is trial by publicity.
On the other hand, inaabangan kung meron nga ba siyang ibubulgar pa. 'Di ba? Will she change daw by her tune and admit na meron siya mga kausap na mga legislators di umano who benefited from the pork barrel funds?
She has promised that she would tell the truth. And we are relying on that promise. Now, what the truth is, give us the opportunity to sit down with her. But if her blood pressure rises all the time, as a matter of fact, may I request this? Because there is no way that we can communicate with the head of the SAF. No? She has this yaya who has a backpack with all of her what to give, put under her tongue and all that. No? And she's not being allowed inside the room. She's being allowed in a holdover area, which is really very far from the house.
Okay.
And that also accounts for her being claustrophobic. Because she talks to this little girl, she's not little girl, parang pamangkin, no, she's a distant relative pero personal assistant niya. She's not allowed inside the room. If anything happens to her, and we have conceded, we are not asking at all for hospital arrest. We don't want to belong to that group that uses St. Luke's as their detention center. No. But we have to be assured that that girl who is her personal caregiver should be allowed inside.
So hindi kayo hingi ng hospital arrest? Did you, okay, hindi kayo hingi ng hospital arrest?
They are very competent. The doctors there on site. In fairness to the doctors at Krami and the doctors, they are competent and they have been communicating with her own doctor, sadly, who is now in the States. She has a heart doctor in the States. But her medication is with that girl. So can I use this program to say, please allow that girl inside. If you want her to live, to tell the truth.
Categorical question, Attorney Kapunan. Did you or did you not cut a deal with the government para maging state witness si Napoles?
No. Besides, it is not for government, it's for the courts to decide. The prosecution or the state makes a recommendation, it is the court that approves. So we have not made any, and at the appropriate time, we could.
Kasi iniskortan pa daw siya ni Pangulong Aquino to Krame, nag-surrender siya sa kanya, and then she was transferred to another jail or detention facility upon your motions. So
Can you imagine
all of these
But
speculations and
can you imagine the
suspicions.
public uproar if she gets killed under the watch of the president? Can you imagine what will happen? I can imagine they will blame it on him.
And are the threats to her life real? Totoo ba yung mga death threats po?
The threats are very real. It is something we cannot invent. Pati yung, especially, well, not only on her, not only to her. First, all her plates, her family's cars, all their plates have been published. Their address has been twittered and published. There is there is nothing confidential or secret about where she lives, where she goes, where her children go to school. Her whole family, in fact, we still have not given up. The family wants to test this. These are clear human rights violations. Never has a person who is not a convict. Remember, people are saying, bakit special treatment? She's not a convict. She is not a convicted felon. In fact, wala pa sa korte yung kaso niya. And you're not even talking plunder. We're talking about the alleged illegal detention.
Okay, yung threats po, alam niyo ba kung saan ang gagaling yun? Because I suppose people assume ayan yung mga gustong magpatahimik sa kanya.
You know, some of them are in uniform. Some of them are not.
Okay.
And I've seen them myself. The cars are being followed. Even my car is being followed.
Is it safe to assume for some na siguro yung mga threats nanggagaling sa mga taong ayaw na siyang magsalita dahil baka involved din di umano sila dito sa scam?
Yes, it's safe to assume that.
So, Attorney Kapunan, last question ko na po. How do you explain bakit po yung mga abogadong katulad ninyo, de Calibre, de Campanilla ho ba ang tawag doon, would take on cases like this, defend somebody like Mrs. Napoles? Kasi sa tagal ko na po sa trabahong ito, alam ko na the good lawyers, they really take on yung mga controversial pong kaso. Naalala ko nung araw sila Dakila Castro, sila Dean Coronel, si
Pepe
Attorney
Jokno.
Jimenez, yung mga unpopular na mga kliyente, yun ang kinukuha nila, yung mga kulang na lang kuyugin ng mob, no? In your case, you're taking that on right now with Mrs. Napoles. Anong maisasagot nyo dun sa mga hindi nakakaintindi?
When you take your oath as a lawyer, you become an officer of the court. Mahirap intindihin yun, but you're committed not to a person, but you're committed to ensuring that justice is done. And anybody can get a lawyer, but very few have the opportunity to get good lawyers.
Last question, isa pang last question. Do you think Mrs. Napoles is a clean and not corrupt person?
I think I need a lawyer. I invoke my right to keep silent.
Okay, maraming salamat. I can ask this because I've known you for a long time. Maraming salamat sa
No,
iyo.
as I said,
Yes, attorney.
as officers of the court, we take an oath to ensure that the truth comes out.
Maraming salamat po, Attorney Kapunan, and magandang gabi po sa inyo. Thank you.
Thank you.